They say every system has a weakness. But nobody tells you what happens when that weakness is a human being pushed too far. At 2:17 a.m., in a cramped apartment lit by a single flickering bulb, a man stared at a government login screen that was never meant to see his name. Outside, the city slept. Inside, his family didn't. His mother's hospital bills were stacked on the table. His sister's school notice sat unopened. And somewhere deep inside a server owned by the state, the answers he needed were locked away. This is the story of the man who hacked the government server for his family. He didn't grow up dreaming of breaking laws. He grew up memorizing them. His father was a civil servant, quiet, loyal, replaceable. The kind of man who believed the system worked, even when it didn't work for him. When his father died suddenly, the system promised support, benefits, compensation, protection. Months passed. Nothing came. Paperwork disappeared. Files were under review. Offices redirected him in circles so perfect they felt designed. Every visit ended the same way, with a smile, a stamp, and silence. That's when he noticed something most people never do. The silence wasn't random. He had studied computers the way some people study languages, slowly, obsessively, with curiosity rather than ambition. To him, systems spoke. Databases whispered patterns. And one night, while helping a friend fix a broken laptop, he realized something unsettling. The government wasn't ignoring his family. Their file existed. It was just buried. Experts will tell you that modern governments don't rely on walls or guards. They rely on assumptions. That no one will look too closely. That citizens will wait. That frustration eventually turns into surrender. He didn't surrender. He started small. Public portals. Forgotten subdomains. Old login pages still breathing on outdated servers. Nothing dramatic. No movie-style countdown clocks. Just patience. Curiosity. And a question that wouldn't leave him alone. If the system can lose us, can it also be found? Weeks later, he was inside. Not crashing servers. Not stealing secrets. Just reading. Names. Dates. Status codes. And then his father's name. Marked processed. Funds released. Signed. Approved. Sent nowhere. That moment broke something in him. Because this wasn't corruption in the shadows. This was negligence in daylight. A machine so large it didn't even notice who it crushed. So he did the unthinkable. He changed one thing. A routing number. A destination field. A digital nudge, so small it looked like an error. Money that had been approved years ago finally moved. Hospital bills were paid. School fees cleared. Rent caught up. For the first time since his father's death, his house exhaled. But systems always notice eventually. An audit flagged the movement. Internal emails started flying. Analysts retraced steps, expecting malware, a foreign actor, a threat. What they found instead was a man who didn't take more than he was owed. The government never announced his arrest. There was no press conference. Just a quiet knock, one early morning, and a choice. Return the access. Sign the papers. Stay silent. They let him walk. Cybersecurity experts later described the breach as embarrassingly simple. Not because he was a genius, but because the system assumed nobody would care enough to try. Today, his name isn't in history books. His family is still ordinary. Still vulnerable. Still living under a system that almost erased them. But sometimes, late at night, when servers hum and databases blink, there's a reminder hidden in the code. That the most dangerous hacker isn't the one chasing chaos. It's the one chasing justice. And the question that lingers isn't how he got in. It's why he ever had to.